Are we live and are we good? Are we not crazily lagging? Let's see how we are doing. We don't want this stream to just be me staring down at my phone like usual again. Alright, we probably want to... Okay, so the latency isn't bad. Let's try advanced resolution. Let's see this. We're just testing a couple things out here. You know, we already got a viewer, dang. Alrighty then. Hello everyone. Welcome to my stream. Now, I wanted to do one of these for a very, very long time, but I never actually tried to do it because I thought that it necessarily wouldn't work, or it just wouldn't get well received, but I just want to do what I want. I'm willing to experiment, especially because I'm in the middle of the school year, and I thought one of the ways that I could be really entertaining, but also be engaging at the same time is doing educational stuff, but don't worry, this isn't going to be some sort of mind-numbing thing, but of course you have to put one thing first. That is my homework. I have to get that done before tonight, so I'm going to do two things. Right now, it'll be very mind-numbing because of the fact that I'm going to be learning French, which is going to be an absolute delight to go through, and then I'm going to do a special kind of analysis on a show that we have to watch for French, and then I'll just kind of give my input and just give my thoughts and just basically speak my mind while doing it because I think I'd be entertaining. I'll look into it, into the things I'm learning, or a lot of other stuff related to that, so it'll be just entertaining. You get to learn stuff. That's exactly what homework is for. If you're here, just talk to me. That's perfectly fine. I'll try to talk to you as much as possible. But in the meantime, I kind of want to get to work. So this is the main homework kind of layout we're going to be doing here. And so let's see if that is doing good right there. Alright, I shouldn't really show you guys this thing, so I'll throw it up here so it's a lot more smaller to the point where you guys can't see it, and then close that out. So the biggest screen up obviously is the screen that I'll be using the most, and obviously I'm using some background music that is actually something that I vigorously enjoy actually. So with lo-fi, I always thought that with the music, it wasn't as, like, really melody-based, but of course this also has a lot more beat to it, as much as lo-fi does, but it also has a sort of jazz element. This is Jazz Top. It's by Fantastic Music. You guys should really check them out. They are a very, very good if you want to just have some good background noise that isn't just some repeated synths or samples, and they're a really good channel, although they obviously compile music, and I'm probably going to get copyright claim for this too, obviously here because of how many copyright claims they have, but they just have a really good way of throwing stuff together, and also they have one of my favorite artists, Evgeny Lushman. Hey Willie, Weirdo. Oh, hey Lily, how's it going? It's gonna be your favorite class too. It's literally our class together. I'm doing French, which is gonna be a ton of freaking fun. So, anyways, yeah, this is gonna be the background music I'm gonna be using quite often. I really enjoyed their stuff. I'm just gonna be doing this for tonight because I feel like I have a downtown feel. I just went to downtown Portland yesterday, although it's really dangerous. I went there to pick up some people from there. Oh gosh, that is horrific. Let's J'adore. Oh, I might not be taking French in the future actually because there's a special course. There's a course from BYU, which basically means that you can. Sorry, I'm not adjusting stuff properly here. Reset transform. Put that in the bottom left corner, and boom. uh, because basically there's BYU. I don't know what specific university it is, but basically they do classes. They're not cheap, by the way. So I might and also have to entirely relies on the administration actually accepting this. But basically, um, I get to apply for extra language learning classes, and I think that you should do it too because they have Chinese, they have Korean, they have Japanese, and it's really good. And they actually give you like half a language credit for it, but entirely relies on the administration actually accepting that class and how you're doing in it. So I might be doing that because I actually haven't expressed more interest and just grew up with way more Japanese influence and culture. And so yeah, or I might want to look into Chinese because China might be taking over our country pretty soon. I don't know. It's very interesting. But anyways, let's actually get into the homework here. So right now we'll be doing a French podcast. This is with the Duolingo podcast, and I highly suggest that you go and look into this, especially because of course Lily has, because we literally do it for homework. But if you're a random viewer and you're in the middle of quarantine, even though it's completely stupid that you should, it's ridiculous. I may go into that later if I'm challenged on it. But if you're in the middle of it and you really want to look into more different experiences or people's different lives and stuff like that, I highly suggest going into these Duolingo podcasts, because what they do is they bring someone on with an extraordinary story. There's millions of wonderful stories that they bring in from one country, and they speak into this speak in a certain language where you get to just listen to it. And it's so wonderful, and especially in this one, although they're from Madagascar, it's this young woman, well, let's say, so she was 14 in 1999, so 15, 2000, plus 21, 36. So they're 36 now, so it's not very young, but essentially, she grew up in Madagascar, and we're going to learn about the journey along the way. It's really cool, although she's speaking French there. So I don't know. Let's just Google this real quick. I'll probably just throw this because I don't want this to just be the background thing. Yeah. So for example, and for good context, for my French layouts, basically I have in the bottom right, in the top right corner, I have the Duolingo podcast, which is my TV. Just stick with young. Yeah, I will. I'll make sure to be nice. But this is my TV in the top right corner. The lower right corner is my right monitor, and this left one is the black monitor, which is primarily where I'm gonna actually do my work. But for my French podcast, I usually throw the podcast up here in the top TV, and then in the bottom right, I throw Google Translate because I don't want to listen to it because directly and do in-depth learning to it as much, because I want to actually get this done before it's 12 a.m. I might look into it later. Lily, please don't tell on me to Madame. But I'll continuously be working hard on this, and I think that's the way how I deal with this entire French doing stuff, because I'm interested in practically everything. I feel like it'll be greatly entertaining. So right now I already finished some great things. I already started on this because I could probably already turn this in, because she wants it to be 3 sentences. But your lips are sealed. Okay. Also, I hope that no one's going onto this stream from our school and then just straight up copying what I do. I think it actually, I promise and I'm offended you think all of my ability, you think, oh my, I don't know. Everybody's pretty vocal in class, although, gosh. I want to talk about the exchange we had on Thursday, which was quite ridiculous, and I hope it's not a repeat of it again, especially because you're a part of it, but it's primarily about, COVID, and I want to dive straight into it. So, I usually do a lot more research when it comes to this, especially because I'm a kid, and I deeply care about, how many people's lives have been just ruined because of this pandemic. So I want to get out of it as much as possible without, of course, with my beliefs, I want with less freedom being taken away. And one of the things is that I've already gone over is that masks are practically useless. I am willing to go over this with science. And don't worry, I'm not trying to do this for some random political propaganda. I just want to have a conversation with people. And especially when our friend Shadira, of course, I understand her intentions perfectly. She is like, wear a mask, social distancing, because the thing is that, of course, this is associated with sickness. This is associated with bad times and disease and death. And I perfectly understand. Her heart is in the perfectly right place when she says that. But when she goes to encourage being socially distanced and stuff, but yeah, don't worry. I thank you, by the way, with help with homework, but I think I'm fine with that. It's really detrimental to, I think, especially kids, when you're constantly told by the people that you're supposed to be educated by every single day, just stay at home and don't socially interact with people. That is further damaging, and also it's just because the science doesn't really play that. And now I won't get into any more specifics in the science. This is where my beliefs align, so I hope we don't have another conversation about this again. And I agree to quote my instructor, when you wear a factory this semester. Yeah, so, oh gosh, I should really edit that. So the thing is that with masks, let me explain the science here. So, of course, like, let's say for a medical emergency, well, operating room, I talked to a nurse with this because one of my friend's moms is a nurse. And you see, they always wear masks when it comes to surgery and stuff, but this, I don't, first of all, I have to declare some things first. It's not very fair to compare nurses, normal general population, especially with kids that usually have very huge problems with just the smallest of things that they have to deal with in daily life. To compare those it's not fair, but back to the main point, they usually operate with masks on. Okay, let's do that in order to be more sanitary. Okay, so first of all, nurses have to undergo through some serious training in order to be way more sanitary. And of course, that could go into more arguments like, oh, why doesn't everybody else go through serious training? But my mom says training is worth, and yeah, that's great. it's really interesting to learn about other people on here. But back to the main point. The thing is that they wear it, but when you tell everybody else to wear a mask, especially in general populations, they're more likely to touch their face than anything else. And the main freaking way, if you want to spread a virus, is by touching your face. And that is the main way how to do it. And also, because masks also barely work in some counties, I can bring up some CDC data, and I hope I don't get censored by YouTube, but this is just my opinion. This is my stance. I'm not saying this, declaring this as fact. That I think this aligns with YouTube's policies. Of course, I'm not big enough in order to be struck down by YouTube, I think. Of course, they literally have a machine learning algorithm that just literally senses my words like that. But anyways, that's my main thing. And so when we're at the lowest risk of spreading it, and of course you can take the vaccine. I don't care. And because I think a good portion of the people that are at risk can take the vaccine. And so my main problem with that is that we shouldn't be scared of spreading a virus to people that are practically immune to it. Or, of course, there's some new data shows, because of course people have still tested positive, or they receive a virus that they can't receive that many symptoms of. That's very, very important. And so, practically, masks, in my opinion, are useless. And I think that that especially when it comes to learning institutions in public areas, mainly with schools, they should not require them. That is just my stance, and I'll gladly bring up any kind of data or statistics when it comes to that, because that's important. This is in the middle of, I don't want to label it a pandemic, because it's not really a pandemic when not, like, I can, of course, throw together some stuff, because this, the reason why I'm elaborating into this now, and don't worry, I will, of course, because this is a French homework stream so far right now, is because, this is my main concern of the day. It's because people are spreading this stuff. So, out of 164 million coronavirus cases, 142 million have already recovered. That is not what you call a pandemic. I'm sorry. 3 million deaths and 400,000. That's really sad. I'm sorry for every single person that had comorbidities
with this virus, because most people didn't even actually have the virus. They usually had underlying health condition. I can bring up another source when it comes to that, to where 70% of all COVID patients with that were in critical care were actually obese. And so, but of course we can throw into the U.S. and stuff, but this is how much people, let's see here, my 90-something-year grandma Saride, Miss Rona, she of all people, someone we thought really wouldn't make it. Yeah, that's really scary. So that's why I think that you should encourage older people to take the vaccine, or they can just not. It's always this. It's this mind game that a lot of people have been playing, and I'm glad that we're able to talk about this freely and openly. It's very important that we're able to. But basically, it's usually this mind game of I think Madame actually. You don't even have to agree with me, but thank you. It's this mind game where usually people would think that you're selfish if you don't do all the COVID precautions. And basically, if you don't wear a mask or if you don't get vaccinated, that means you're selfish because you know you're not at risk, but you're gonna put other people at risk. The thing is that now it's everyone's choice whether or not to be at risk or not. And so, I'm so happy that these vaccines got rolled out. And although I don't want to take it, I think that if you don't want to be at risk or doing or get that much stuff from it, or get as much more symptoms from it, go right ahead. If you want to do that. But the thing is that, like I have said, so the death rates when it comes, oh shoot, I can't talk about this. Like, gosh. It's good because no, I would love to have a conversation about this. Don't worry, get me wrong, but I think YouTube is gonna ban me if I bring up the CDC death rates. So how can I say this? It's higher than 90%. Then you have a chance of dying from it. It's definitely that no. Sorry, it's way higher than 90% of a chance of surviving it. It's not under 90, and it's not under 91 or 92 or 95. I can easily check. And so, and with teenagers, it's not below 98. Yeah, I'm not pushing myself to talk about it. It's just that I think it's very important to lay these things out because, especially with how much misinformation that is spread around at school. And how much pressuring into these kids to just stay in their own little bubble and don't interact and become more and more apathetic and less willing to do stuff, not willing to work. And then especially because of how much teen suicide rates is spiking, I think it's very important to have a conversation about this. And I wish that people were more open to talk about it at school. If someone has a different opinion, like how I expressed my concern about how much kids barely spread it, and how I was told to shut up right behind me, particularly in this class. But of course, people usually have different reactions to it, and I don't blame them because the entire time this thing was framed into being something that tested whether or not you're selfish or not. And that's what I find that was really sad about it. Is that I think a very good way, a metaphor of putting it, is it's not a pandemic if you constantly have to go online to hear it. It is. What's up? Take your sweet time. I'm not, and if you say something that goes against what I said, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm not scared or concerned about it. But anyways, let's go into French homework and let's put. So a gentleman behind me told me, "Hey, dude, can you shut up?" I think you know who that is. That wasn't exaggerated. That he says, "Hey, dude, can you shut up?" And it's because I actively denied what was expressed around me. And I think that's very detrimental to stuff. And don't worry, I'm not going to constantly go and bash someone for that. I'm just saying what happened. I don't want to exaggerate it like, oh my gosh, you said shut up to me and I feel I'm dead. No, I'm just saying when that's in the case of a conversation, I feel like that really shuts down people who have differing opinions. It makes them feel like they're peer pressured. Like, hey, if you talk about this, nobody wants to listen. Before you keep on tapping, remember we can't say names here because of legal reasons unless the person willingly consents. And of course it Okay. Great. Yeah. Don't worry. It's really important to have these conversations, but that was my main concern when it came to French. And I just wish it would that like overarching thing. I wish our teachers stopped encouraging us to no longer interact with each other when there's no risk involved. That's it. That's just my overarching opinion. I think that that should a ton of people already have that, and I think they should be allowed to express it without the pressure of the things that are brought by society. But anyways, time to do some French homework and explore that perfect music transition there as well. So this woman in Madagascar, she was 14 years old in 1999, and she went into a rainforest inside of her home country of Madagascar. Here, since she most likely lived her life inside of the city, she was incredibly amazed at the wonder she was presented by a park ranger that had worked there. After being told that the very things that before are making the area that she lives in amazing are probably going to go extinct, she wanted to do everything in her power to protect this forest. And of course, Grammarly is saving my butt. But anyways, let's see here. So, bienvenue au lycée au nom de... okay, in high school we were told that this year, at this moment I am in the middle of this home. Okay, what can I do? Take this first. So now we're at the full-on transition into the podcast. I concur. No, frick it. No, we're pronouncing this. By the way, what's the main language of Madagascar? Oh, it is French. They probably conquered it. Wait. Oh, yep, they did. Alright, let's throw this up here real quick. So, a little bit of backstory to this. I think everybody knows how much of a frickin' powerhouse the Europe was during. What's it right here? But basically, they conquered a good during 1800s, and basically they conquered this portion of Africa. So that's Guinea, Senegal. That's Western Sahara. So that's why it's probably I don't know any more into the conflict of Western Sahara, Morocco, but that explains that. A good portion of Libya, Algeria, Mauritius, and Mali. Is that Ghana? No, they explicitly didn't go to Ghana. Sierra Leone, or Ivory Coast, Djibouti, the little left corner of Yemen. But anyways, yeah, they took over the complete part of Madagascar. So that's why they're being, also, I recommend people who translate it online. Google Translate has yet to fail me yet, so far. So I wouldn't. I'll do it until it fails me. I'll just keep on going until go straight to failure. And so, yeah. They did, yeah. And then the British Empire had over Israel, and then all that jazz. I won't go into because I gotta warn you guys. I'm open about every single part of my beliefs, and I'm willing to have a conversation about them. So I'll go into any controversial topic that exists, as long as it's but yeah, that's yeah. Sure. I go into any controversial topic that's presented to me, so I always try to do as much research as I can about it. Yeah. So wait. So they did a left out of Australia, but basically this is French colonial map, and they took over Madagascar. And also, fun facts. So in our map, in our French class, which is really cool, big time. It failed me big time when it came to Japanese, but other than that, and I don't use it often for Japanese either, so it has yet to. There's French Polynesia, and then that still exists as a country right now. And there's French Guinea. And then there's these islands right here that are in the Bahamas. I think one of them is still owned by the French. I'm not sure. Then there's Louisiana Territory, and then the upper part of Quebec and Newfoundland. And then some Ontario, upper part of New York, Maine. And this is why you usually see way more European people in New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. It's usually this. And yeah, that was the French. Yeah, Africa was kind of just like a giant mining ground in the entirety of the 1800s. After this, okay, so let's see here. Ontario from a large island in the Indian Ocean. We just saw that for most of its history. It was an isolated, with the most unique species could develop and flourish. Became endangered. Because of the Madagascar cartoon, many people think that Madagascar is an imaginary place. Yeah, I had that same consensus too. But this place really exists. It is a huge island in the Indian Ocean. There are plants and animals that don't exist anywhere else in the world except in zoos, and that's completely understandable because I'd like to go to Madagascar unless, well, after its crime rates go down, because it's not the safest place. I won't go into the crime statistics, but like there's a 70% chance. Like no, not a 70% chance, but let's just say it's not a very safe country. I could throw out crime statistics later, but Indian Ocean. But again, just like Mexico, don't let the crime be the entire staple of what the country is to you. Like I used to dismiss Mexico as this place that's just crime-ridden, and of course, there's places in Central America that I really don't want to go to. Good night, Bagel Man. See you. Yeah, see ya. There's some other crime-ridden places like in Central America that I actually really don't want to go to, like Guatemala, San Honduras, because those have some of the highest homicide rates in the world, and that's actually you getting killed. And most of the crimes in Madagascar are just like petty crimes. Well, I don't want to call them petty, but that's what they're labeled as, and it's usually caused by poverty, so it's not as bad. And I don't know about Mexico though. The homicide rate there is still very high. It's just, let's just wait a little bit further in the future and see how it goes. But anyways, let's see, elephant. I mean, it brought us, Madagascar did bring us a giant savior to humanity, which was Moto Moto. So, let's just, it's just the elephant bird. What is that? That's a little manipulative. Or no, not manipulative, but that's a little misleading. Throwing a bird to build the narrative of so much extinct, yet it went extinct in 1280? Huh. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I don't think that was really in mankind's control at that point. But anyways, for almost 100 years, from the late 1800s to the 1960s, Madagascar was the first colony. We just saw. So in school, Anja learned two official languages: Malagasy or Malagasy, and a language indigenous to Madagascar, and French. we just looked at those, which was what was the official language of Madagascar, and it showed both French and Malagasy. Let's see here. At school, we spoke Malagasy, but we all learned French. When I spoke French, I had a Malagasy accent, and when I started learning English, I had a French accent. That's interesting. I never thought that people would have that. We have 0 viewers now. Real fun. I don't have anybody to talk to. Big sad. Yo, let's hit up a guy. Hey, wanna watch my stream? Oh, frick yeah. You find me? Decline on stream here. Alright, we got declined on stream. Man, they did me dirty. Let's see, is nope. Wait, let's ask Sam. Sam's probably asleep. Nobody wants to watch my stream. Hey, can you watch my stream? Yeah, can you just throw me in the background? Because I'm doing homework on stream. No, you can just listen to me. But you can... Wait, are you not able to listen to stuff in the background while you do homework? Sounds great. Great, don't worry, I took you off speakerphone so the stream can't pick you up. Anyways, good luck, man. Love you. Frick yeah.
let's call him. Let's see if he answers. We got to get as much people in the world as we can get. We said this wouldn't be lo-fi hip-hop, but we're literally having phone calls being declined in the background. Big sad. Yo, bro. Man, I'm having a freaking great time. Sounds like he was about to answer, but it didn't work out. Wait, you know who we should call? I think we got a perfect person. And then I'll go back to the stream because I know Matthew is probably waiting for me. Or Sweet Cheeks. Hey, 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 join my stream. Join my stream.
Join your what?
Join my stream. Yes, ma'am. Well, that's great. I got done with it for 3 hours and 30 minutes ago.
Oh, fine. Okay, hold on. Let me download you. I got it.
Okay, see ya.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, Nicole. Alright, we're just calling everyone today. Oh, this is cringe. That's I'm streaming. Dude, me doing homework for a stream. I need you to watch it. I need you to watch. That's it. doing everything today. Did I accidentally call her? Ooh, that would have been good. Oh, we got Katie on here. Let's go. Hey, Katie. How's it going? All right. We should get the stream link, and then we should be getting 2 more viewers in here, and then we can get to work. Because I don't want to watch. I don't want to just do a stream where we have no viewers, and I can't have fun with people. Because if I can't have fun with people, then there is no meaning to life. That was really dark. Then we gotta send it to Matthew. Wait for my funded. It's going good. How are you? I'm doing absolutely wonderful. I'm just advertising my stream to every single living being on the planet of Earth. It's a good marketing tactic if you're trying to wake everyone up and not like you for the rest of the week. But anyways, I'm doing French homework right now. It's been an absolute delight. I had an original classmate that actually went to my French class too. She had to go because it's getting into that late night vibe now. I don't want to say vibe because people will shoot me otherwise, but it's definitely getting into that vibe now. So people who don't like the late night kind of vibe usually go to bed, or if they're just smart, because I want to go to bed before 10:30. Yay for languages. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're speaking good old American. Sweet Cheeks should be getting on here pretty soon. I'm a little bit disappointed with the timing that he is getting on here. How dare he be late? Man. We just had a swim meet too, of course. And that really kicked my butt when it came to just sleep and stuff. Like I went to sleep at 11:30 that night and woke up at 7 because I thought we had to get into the pool at 9:30 to warm up. And then we ended up warming up at 10:30. And then I ended up taking a fat nap and then going to sleep at 12 because I went to the airport that day. And so it was definitely an experience yesterday. But the main reason I'm doing these streams right now is just for a lot of people to throw in the background or to listen to my soothing voice or just the cool stuff that I have and that I'm able to provide in order to give people just like, oh, I didn't know that, or just like, oh, is that true? It's cool to just talk about with other classmates or just people that are interested in just watching me to do homework, because I think that a lot of people would actually appreciate doing that, especially in these kind of multiple times, and I have the ability to do it, so why not? But anyways, so right now we're in the middle of doing a Duolingo French podcast, to where it goes through and like it usually takes about like 15 minutes to complete, where they go through different lives of people from a specific country. Since this is French class, it's someone from a former France colony. It was Madagascar. It's a country now. Made 3 movies off of it. It's off the coast of Africa, and they're telling their story right now. And I really wanted to learn more about it. And I think I just spoke too much, so it made your brain explode because there wasn't enough ADHD incorporated in that. But you know, it is what it is. Anyways, so right now I'm translating its part. I had a French accent. And a cool thing is that we're supposed to write a summary of the entire podcast, or some of it, in 3 sentences. I could already finish it, but I like going all out. So I'm going to try and finish up the entire podcast. Let's see. Je vais en accent. So if I throw in just I have a French accent. Okay. It's pretty self-explanatory.
events did you swim? We swam butterfly the whole practice, and I wanted to just drown in water. Also, are you still learning Japanese? Yeah, but I'm also still learning Japanese. And I swam 200 IM. Here's a great word of advice. If you want to PR in an event at a swim meet, don't do 200 or 400 IM in a meet. That's completely stun anything you do after that. But I still PR, so I did 200 IM. I did 100 free. I PR'd in that. I got 56 seconds, which my PR is 57. I probably could have done more because Matthew really laid it out to me in a good way. And let's see here. So, wait, 2 plus 3 equals 55. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of. Oh, I lost all my viewers. Let's go. But I swam that. I swam 100 free. Then I swam 500 free. And then I swam after that a 200 free relay, and then I think that was it. Man, people are dropping like flies. Anyways, I'm probably just gonna still do my homework anyway if I continue to have no viewers, because I'm a lonely man, but I still keep on going with the demons around me. I love relays. Yeah. Sorry, I was just listening to the counter, or looking at the counter on my Streamlabs thing, and it said it has 0 viewers, but obviously Katie's still watching. But anyways, let's actually move on to the assignment. But don't worry, I'm able to multitask to the point where I'm able to get stuff done while while doing stuff related to homework. So it's a lot of fun. Let's see here. So I have a French accent. So we're supposed to throw in 5 words or expressions and put the English accent. Make sure to do the proper thing proper pronouns for male and female words. And I also have to make sure that the verbs are in infinitive form. They kept on amping my teacher kept on amping up the requirements for these in order to, like, I don't know, probably either A, increase our French capabilities, or B, wanted to deter us from finishing homework too fast, because they used to turn these in every Saturday, but this was due on Monday, and it's docked my French grade. Almost 100 years. Starting out with the club for young environmentalists, they do all sorts of activities outside the city.
So, Anja, a girl. Deep city environment. Oh, real life. Oh, real life. And okay. What the frick is going on out there? Hold up a sec. I'll be right back. Something. Well, I just fell in. That's great. Okay, so there was screaming right outside my door, and I wanted to see what happened, and apparently it was just my sister reacting to some dubbed anime moments. Man, caring for my family is such a chore. I'm just kidding. I love them. I love them to death. They're great. being a middle child is quite an experience too, because you have to deal with being the only guy and being like middle kind of age, because you usually have the younger sister that's always so annoying and an older sister that's also really annoying. But anyways, but I still love everything. Like I don't feel like when it comes to Ralph Finchy. Hi, hello. I like your profile picture. Let's see here. I should probably put my headphones in. But anyways, let's get back to the main assignment. We have to. I should. If people throw stuff in the chats, I'm probably gonna have to have a lot more delayed reaction to it, because I'm gonna start actually focusing on the homework and do stuff on the side. Had a very little connection to the lesson. Using rainforests. How big is the main capital? But after again. The world's around. If you like it, I just go dead science. I go science. I like to go dead silent when I do things, but I'll try to run people through what I'm doing. So, okay, wait. So let me see something here. So let's see Madagascar's GDP per capita. Oof! Oh gosh, that's. Oh gosh, that's so low. It's going up though. Oof. That is not very good. I understand why there's a lot of poverty and stuff. Let's see here. So it started from 423 in 1986, but there's a big economic boom. So they didn't see any big growth until 2008. And then they started steadily growing. Oh, this is just projection. However, of course they went down in 2020, but 2019, their best was 539. That's a bummer. What is their entire GDP though? Oh shoot, this is the cool Russian dude that likes my streams. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, our time zones are completely different. Gasker. Ooh, someone's hogging. Someone's hogging all the money. That's great. Okay, let's see here. So.
Hey, Christopher.
Yeah?
What do you call a titan that can't swim?
No, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Don't go that way.
What do you call a titan that can't swim?
I don't know. I'm streaming right now, so keep it appropriate.
It's appropriate. What do you call a titan that can't swim? A Titanic.
Is Madagascar low income? Living
Are you seriously doing this
It's fun, right?
Is there even anybody that's watching?
There's 2 people, and I forced them to watch.
But why?
I don't know.
Interesting.
What?
That'd be more interesting. Is that like how exploited it is?
Yeah, you see people like you scroll Instagram all day. Go away.
What the frick? We're the
Go
ones
away.
that actually consume the freaking media.
Yeah, that's stupid.
No, that's what people.
No, consumer-based economies are cringe. They are. Go away.
And I love sisters.
We should just talk about my family too.
Nobody cares.
Great.
She started in most of these movies.
Started when we were younger, you were mine.
Can you leave? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you gonna be blasting music too? Since we played Minecraft, I have not played. It's been so long since we played Minecraft. Yes, it has been. So, so here's a great tactic if you want to go. Let's see how the audio is doing because of my sister. Hey Joey, can you turn that down at least a bit? I'm gonna get copyrighted.
Are you?
Yeah. You know, since the YouTube bot is. Alright, thank you. Yeah. Ah, man. So, cool option right here for a pro tip. Try to read ahead, especially in these parts of the podcast, because you can actually condense them down into one sentence.
Should I make an OnlyFans?
No.
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 Even if I get like rich off of it?
Yes.
Why?
Because you're getting money from Sims.
Because I'm not actually gonna do it.
I know. I'm just saying, why not? Every year when I finally come back from the forest, I sell a thousand. It was just okay. Bro, that's epic. I want to see this national forest. Are people even able to see lower right? National park is here. Does the government get enough income in order to take care of its national parks at least? Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I'm getting fat copyright claimed.
I'm singing it.
I know, singing it makes it bad. Singing it counts.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
No.
I'm not joking.
You're just saying that to get me to shut up.
No, I'm not, I swear.
Then how do you do covers on YouTube, you butt?
You do covers by digitally altering the music.
What happens if there's no music in the background, huh? I'm saying if they can just hear me singing.
Also, most covers do get copyright claimed. Yeah, they do.
No, everything I posted.
Unless they're not, Oh, wait, you're talking about freaking Instagram.
No, I'm talking about YouTube.
No, they got copyright claimed. You just don't check your email.
Ow!
130 species. Let's see here. Did the music already end? Dang. Let's do this summer vibes. Also, tell me if the junk in the background is too loud.
Excuse you?
Excused. Continue.
You don't listen to real music.
Alright.
No, say. you using Google Translate?
Nah, we're allowed to.
Wow, that sounded a lot more annoying than I thought. Stop.
Hey, you do that all the time to me. I don't want to hear. It's not my posture.
That is literally your posture.
No, my posture's
No,
nice
my
and
posture's
straight up.
nice and straight up.
You're acting like Gus Johnson right now. You
I don't
know.
know who that is.
That blonde dude that kept on like making fun of like mom, like watching movies with moms and stuff.
Oh,
The
him?
shotgun. Yeah, you're acting like him right now.
Hey, I'm single. If anybody wants to go on a date,
Other people are watching are Katie and this one Russian dude.
oh, psych, Katie. I mean, Katie, we can go out if you want.
She can't see you. my goodness.
I know, I'm not in the picture.
All right, can I please finish my homework
No.
now? What?
Why is Katie watching this?
Because I asked her to.
The Russian dude?
Yeah. He's an actual viewer that's actually interested in my channel that ran into it because of Minecraft.
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I love you.
So mean.
That's why I invite you to all my like hangouts and stuff. Yeah.
It's not being nice. It's being forced into something by dad.
No, sometimes I don't even ask him, and I still invite you anyway.
I know, it's usually pre-consensus because of how amazing I am because of your friends. Liking me.
No, we were literally. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that because it's gonna be me. Shut up.
Nah.
Full of yourself.
I just got home, so I'm gonna take a shower. Talk to you later. Boom.
So it's just me and Russian man. Sounds like a.
What?
Are they socialists?
No, they're authoritarian capitalists.
They used to be pinnacle of communism. Ralph, you like communism, right? It's friend of potato. You take shotgun bullet and then you put it in vodka and then you let the lead
For you
leak
to have it here.
out into the alcohol or anything else that is inside the drink, and then you consume.
I can't do it.
A
I have
blue
a friend that's
pool.
from Ukraine.
Yeah, they love Russian people.
Yeah. Especially after they took her. Yeah.
Do you even know what's going on there?
No. But I know because Anastasia freaking like moved away. It's not be good. Especially since Anastasia's a Republican.
Hey, Joel, we can't talk about politics here.
I thought that's all you do.
No, you get socked in the face. I'm joking.
That's all you do.
Good burp. That is a cool burp. It's turquoise ice rose beef slash top. Tarp string guitars makes it tense. Let's see here. It's probably where environmentalist Greta Thunberg takes in full-fledged form.
Hey Christopher, I came up with a bucket list of things to do before I leave. Would you like to do them?
Sure.
One of them is yoga. Which you didn't do with me today! You're supposed to. You didn't do your homework until now.
Shut up.
Scoop and Malaga for insane since they were studied. These study lemurs, those small primates with big, vicious eyes and long tails that can only be found in Madagascar and nearby islands. Hundred. That's cool.
That's not proper grammar. What the frick?
One more of it. Good. To the, always replace that with towards.
Makes your teacher think you're more swanky.
It's the environment. Get more and more interest. In the environment. The environmental structure of Madagascar. See, that is how you make your
Homework.
have a golden badge there. When you misspell environmental. Wait, reef.
Ow! Oh my gosh! Ow! Oh, that hurts so bad. Oh. Ow.
And then Grammarly just fixes it all for you. And then you move on with your day. So you're do this. So far in the story, she's amazed that there's people that can literally, for a living, be hunched up in tents and study the very things that she has such a strong interest towards. As my sister bangs her stupid soccer ball in the background. And she's going over how if they had to study to be in that kind of position. So, this, or, just the Duolingo podcast that I'm listening to.
What?
Des scientifiques nous ont parlé des méthodes que tu ne connaissance pas. Both of my sisters and her at the same time. That seems.
Well, it is when you're taking up my time. No, I'm not doing it tonight.
You do yoga.
I used to do it. Why does it take the time? Because I'm doing soccer. And you're wanting to do that.
I'm dying inside. Yes, scientific. Okay.
So
Fascinating. What's your relation to Andre that taking first with people? Question. So now she's being shocked that it can be an actual profession to try and protect the forest because of lemurs.
Outrun, my God! Why did they make this song? That's my
After seeing a bird specific to that. Wait, absolutely people. What the frig? Absolutely beautiful. To further communication. Have to ask multiple
questions that
yes. Where the frick is the front door?
I should start streaming a lot more sooner, so I have a lot more time to do whatever I want. Oh, wow.
Wait, so for reference, let's see the GDP.
Capita is 65,000 dollars. Here. It was well over the millions, so they did have a head start. So they were already really high. Then its freaking GDP sharply declined. So I gotta ask, what caused it to grow? Like have that much of a starting point already? After Andre returned from that trip, the vision she had for her future changed. She kept thinking about the scientists reinforcing she found herself dreaming about the nursery before she left. But when she looked out from the around her, she see any progress. It's gonna work. Oh, so they're gonna throw some woman, strong women message in here too. Oh, okay. No, they're not. I forgot this is someone that doesn't live in America. Natural sciences degree at the University of Anantapur. I'm gonna do a first year, so I guess go read it last. Inspiring yourself to be determined. So you get a natural sciences degree. It is doing natural sciences for me with a certain level of don't go to college in America if you want to learn about stuff. Just go to college for the degree. Dang, everybody left. I think everybody's trying. Because it is getting pretty late. So destroy the economy?
Conservation.
First thing happens.
Conservation degree. After being told by a person. This is it. A P H.
Motion detected at the front door.
Red ruffed lemurs. Yeah, this really does give me summer's ending vibes, but summer's just about to start. So, and I just really don't know how to properly express like how important summer is, and like how much not only amazing memories but so much stuff I learned during it, and how free you really become
When you're in the middle of it.
it.
I really want to.
Like savor being a kid, not having to have a job to keep my house afloat. And so being able to just solely focus on growing.
It's something that's really special. And I think this music really does,
Kind of
emphasize it.
to a point where it really does push you to reflect. Especially with a thumbnail like this, the sunset. I think it really does define what summer is. It really does feel like a sunrise and then a sunset. It doesn't really get that much better from it. Whether you spend it alone or with people, you grow somewhat from it. You grow from it by facing something new, and it usually ends. It was usually common with me to
Get into a major conflict during the summer, like I really wanted to work.
do homework, just as I am doing right now. Although I'm starting to really regret that decision. And so it really it just brings back so many good memories. Just late nights, just hanging out in the garage on this computer, learning so many things.
anyways, back to the podcast.
I want to take that part out.
I really love these sentences. Noise you could hear.
The quiet solstice, but it's only see there were no showers, so they bathed in the river below the swarms of mosquitoes didn't bother to rest. Oh shoot.
Oof. Leeches in Madagascar. Are they dangerous? Are these the good?
Okay, so leeches in Madagascar, because I remember watching a video doing some research to where leeches in North America are like completely harmless, and so have I had no. Have I have. Have I had no direct connection to YouTube's view? Frick. I should take melatonin prison.
I'll be right back.